I don't remember where we left off, but I think we had the rake board on the drip edge. Since then, I've taken some more 1x4s and I ripped them down in half, and that covers the open end of between the sheathing and the ceiling. So now I need to get the drip edge put up along that, and then we'll start shingling. Since I didn't run that rake board any longer, I need to cover up that little piece up there. So a piece of the end of the other little board, I'll show you in a second. So I need to make a 90 on this. Now there's probably a million other people on YouTube that can do a lot better job than I'm going to do here. So if you really want to do it right, you probably need to watch one of those videos. But what I did up there is I cut it like so and cut it around the corner like that. And I took these fancy pliers to try to somewhat bend it straight, crimped it there and bent it like so. And the theory is that that'll tuck up under the shingles. And I'll show you here. I did relief cut the other ones so it didn't wad up so much metal under there. I'm going to try one better here. I'm going to bend this almost flat. And then back. There, that sort of folds in the shape. Maybe a little too much. And then slide it up under that drip edge. Later on I'll come back and put a little brad nail in to hold that, but that should work. Okay, now the drip edge is on. I blew off all the pine needles and crap up on the felt. I'm going to start with starter strips for the shingles. These come in a pack. And they're perforated, so you can typically just fold them in half. And these will help seal the shingles down. Well, you always, if you just didn't have some kind of starter strip, you'd only have a single layer of shingles on that bottom. Oh. Where everywhere else it's doubled up because the way they overlap. So a lot of times you just cut the tar strip off its shingle, but then you end up wasting that shingle. So this way you can buy them pre-made, and then it doubles it up, and it's got this tar that'll melt and hold the first course down, because there's nothing to hold it down otherwise. According to the package instructions, we put this up on the roof and we want 6.5 inches taken off, and then we'll do multiples of 6.5 inches on all the next courses till we start over with full shingle. So Hey, Coop. It's usually easier from the back. Mark it at 6.5. Set those aside. Next one will go on the roof like that. We'll take 13 off of it. And so on, a multiple of 6.5 till you run out of shingles. We'll see how well this works out. So this one needs to be 26 inches. I've been cutting this off and leaving the factory edge over there. Don't know that it matters. Just line it up, feels good with the end. So I've reached the last course. I'll nail it off, and I'm just leaving them overlap for right now. I'll come back at some point and do the ridge cap and the ridge shingles. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, but the trolls will let me know. But so here we go. Been a while since I've filmed anything on this backyard pavilion project, but we have a beautiful January day, so I'm going to take advantage and try to finish the roof. When I finished shingling, I just ran last course of shingles up because I didn't have all the material I needed to finish. So I have the ridge caps and the ridge shingles to go on. So I've started cutting all this back. Essentially just folding the shingle back and then cutting it. Cutting the fell right along it. This doesn't have to be exact because it's all going to get covered anyway. My microphone battery died, so I'm hoping you can hear me. So I'm going to cover this slot so you don't see the bottom of the ridge cap. I have some scrap screen here, and I'm going to cut this screen and put it underneath that, and then we'll put the ridge cap on top of it. We start this by running a cap shingle at the end. And I want to just center it up and cover the exposure on my other shingles. Set a 6-inch exposure, so that'd be about right there. Okay, so I have all the screen installed. I'm putting on these ridge vents, probably not necessary on this caliber of building, but anyway, that's what we're going to do. Nailed down 2 cap shingles. Then we're going to take this prefab ridge vent thing and overlap it about so. Comes with a little bag of nails and locations for you to nail it through. So I'm just going to center it up on the ridge. And let's nail her down. Suggested nailing one side and then doing the other. There's one. I'm going to leave a slight gap, about 1/8 of an inch here. It said 2 for thermal expansion. I found when I nailed one side, it kind of pulled it over. Nail it in order down here to keep it straight. So they're all in. I'm to the last one. I left 10 inches exposed on the other end, so I'll do the same thing here. Now, these ends have kind of a finishing part to it, so I'll just turn it around and put the cut end in. So these ridge cap shingles kind of look like 3-tab shingles, except they have that little notch in them. And they're already perforated, so you can just break them off. It's kind of nice. Kind of expensive though. That bundle's like $50. So according to the directions, just layer on there like so. And usually provided long nails, so it goes all the way through the vent and into the sheathing. They give you a line along here where to nail. And repeat. Recommended 6-inch exposure, so we'll do that. So I've reached the end here, and I've got to figure out how to treat this. Kind of wasn't thinking when I nailed this down. I'm gonna go ahead and put these. You get these shingles on. So I'm gonna slip them up under. Kind of eyeball and center that up. In this instance, I can use regular roofing nails. Now, I can put those back down through, and that will hold that shingle down. So it looks like this one will go on as normal. So the next one would be just about like that. So I'm going to go and I'm going to cut off right there. I found my roofing cement. Seen better days, but we will cement that. I'm sure this isn't an approved method, but Anyway, you and I will be the only ones that know about it. There we go. The ridge is done. Okay, so there's the ridge cap done. With that, we're going to conclude this whole project. So we're going to sit out here and enjoy a nice fire on a 70-degree night. Anyway, thanks for watching, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.